Hi everyone, so I'm now starting my vlog. I'm talking very quietly because it's 5 to midnight and my surgery is tomorrow morning. My hair is done, I've got my braids in, it's very messy, but it is what it is. I'm starting to get some spots because I'm very stressed. I can't really sleep, I can't switch off. I feel okay. I'm just aware that tomorrow is a really big day. And that's what's in my mind, and it's very much like tomorrow is a day that I've been waiting for years. And I can't believe it's tomorrow. Like, I can't believe it's my turn. I can't believe that I've started my surgery vlog. Like, it feels really surreal, and I've been bombarded with messages from friends and family and all of you that have supported me and everything, and it's amazing having all the support. But it's also making me aware as to how big tomorrow is, and I'm really, really anxious. And like, just small things that I'm gonna miss temporarily, like sleeping on my side and being completely independent, and then obviously everything that comes with it, like not being able to give Neil a hug like properly, and same with the children, and just having to take it easy is something that I just don't do. And yeah, so I'm now gonna go. I don't know how much I'm gonna film tomorrow because I'm gonna be stressed. And obviously on my own, but I'll try and document what I can. I can't believe we're here. So I'm going to go and probably do something on my phone for like 20 minutes just to switch off. I'm getting up at 5:45, so I'll probably get about 5 hours sleep, which isn't a bad thing because then tomorrow I can literally just rest after my op. It's the start of the biggest thing that's going to happen in my life, aside from obviously having my children and getting married. It's the biggest thing that's happening for me, and I can't believe it's tomorrow. So, I'm in the car, but this time I'm in the passenger seat. It's 6:33 and we are on the way to the hospital, spot in tow. Can you see this in real life? Oh, it's obviously just picking up on the camera. I got up at 20 to 6, had a shower, and got dressed. I'm just wearing a vest top, obviously my bra, and then just some joggers and some Converse because I've got to wear shoes with high backs. I've got to be there in 11 minutes. I can't believe that I'm now in the car doing my journey to have my breast reduction. Like, it just feels very odd, very surreal, and I'm aware of it every single minute. But I'm pretty calm. I'm just sweating and I can't wear deodorant, so I'm gonna absolutely stink by the end of the day. And I also can't now have a shower for like a good couple weeks, so that's fun. So I'm here. I feel very anxious. I've just met my anaesthetist. I've got this on my head for my temperature. Got my stockings on. Got my gown over there. It's now 10 to 8 and I'll be marked up within the next couple of minutes. Then they have a meeting at 8 and then I'll be down straight away. So I'll be in surgery by like 8:30. So tired. It's now 4:30. I came here at 2. I was out of my surgery by quarter to 1. I'm so tired. I'm gonna go back to sleep. I had a massive hoo-ha about needing a wee, but I'll update you later. I'm on my phone, not on my camera. I'm in a lot of pain. So tired. I can't remember the last time that I did an update, but it's now like 8:20 and I'm having some food. Just done another wee. It's my 3rd wee. This time I didn't need oxygen. All the other times I've almost blacked out. I'm in a lot of pain. I didn't anticipate how much pain I'd be in. I thought I'd be able to potter around my room and like grab my camera and things like that, and I can't do that. Yeah, I'm very hungry though, and I'm so thirsty. So I'm gonna neck some water, but I've got to be careful and make sure I don't do too much because then I could vomit. But that's my update. Next day, Saturday. It's about 1:45. I'm okay. Very, very tired. Like I keep nodding off. I've been to the toilet on my own. I've sat in my chair in the corner. And I'm not as lightheaded as what I was. Just had some lunch. But I'm so tired, like I feel drained. I'm in a lot of pain. It's like a burning, stinging pain. I don't know what time I'm going home. I don't know if I'm going home. I should be. But I'm waiting to see my surgeon, and then I've got to have my drains removed. I'm just so tired. I slept for about 5 hours last night, so it was quite good. I just want to go home now and just relax. My chest feels really tight. Another update, it's 4:20, I think. I had some lunch. I've had my drains removed. You can see that's my nip. Very tired. Pain. I've just had some morphine. Had my cannula taken out. Just went to the toilet on my own and sorted myself out. put on some deodorant, and that's completely wiped me out, just putting on some deodorant. So, just having a rest, and then I need to get the ladies to help me get dressed, and then Neil's coming to pick me up at 5. Yeah, I'll do a full update at some point soon. It's manageable, but nothing prepared me for how tired I would be and how exhausting, even just holding my phone, how exhausting it is. Like I said, literally just putting on some deodorant has completely wiped me out, which is crazy. I look a mess, but I'm okay. And the drain removal wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, and it's easier not having drains. Hi everyone, so this is coming out of sync, this update, because I am currently, am I 9 days post-op? I had my surgery on last Friday and today is currently Sunday. I want to say it's like the 14th or 15th, I don't know. I haven't felt up to sitting down and talking about my whole experience from like when I got to hospital to home. And I know I documented a little bit in hospital, which you would have seen until this point. I think, again, I don't know what I filmed. I don't know what footage I have, and I'm not planning on editing this video for a really long time. But I know I haven't spoken about what happened when I went in to like when I came home, I don't think. So like I said, I'm currently, I think it's 9 days post-op. Look at the size of my straps. Like, what the fuck? These are tiny. I've never worn straps like these. I'll give you a little sneak peek of my chest. What a weird thing to say. Hang on. I have a really small chest now. I still can't believe that I have had a breast reduction. Am I ever going to be a professional YouTuber? Probably not. Is this hurting my arms? Yes. Hang on. Why did I move it? Hang on. There we go, that'll do. So, just a quick little like, how am I feeling? I'm alright. I'm getting there. Neil and the children have just gone for a day out, and I'm okay. I think you learn to cope with the pain. Like, I remember when I first woke up in hospital, and I'll speak about that in a second, I was like, wow, this hurts. Whereas now, like, it hurts, but I'm sort of used to it, and I have my good days, my bad days, my good couple of hours, my bad couple of hours. Everything just feels really fucking tight, if I'm being perfectly honest. And it feels like someone's just got my boobs in like a lift door, and I've just gone up and down, up and down, up and down. Like, it, don't get me wrong, I've never experienced that before. But they're so sore, and they look like they've got implants in because of how swollen they are, and I wasn't prepared for the pain. I thought a couple of hours post-op I'd be pottering around my hospital room, and this is why I didn't film on my camera, because it was stuck in my bag on the floor, and I just thought I'd be able to just pop out of bed and go and get it, and I was so naive to how much it's taken out of me. Like, just doing simple tasks makes me so tired. Right, let's not worry about that. That's sort of like present day. I'm also struggling with my appearance at the moment. I feel, because I know I'm not myself at the moment, because I've gone through major trauma, I know I need to be kind to myself, but I also hate myself. I hate my face at the moment. Like, I feel, because I'm stuck in the house because I have to isolate for a couple of weeks, or like be really careful, and because I can't do a lot, I feel like I'm getting really overweight, and I know it's all psychological, I know that, but it's just hard, and I feel quite, I don't feel low,
but I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, I'd rather just not look right now. So, let me have a sip of my coffee. I don't know what I filmed. Didn't put any ice in my iced coffee. Can I be out? I've literally just got like tap water coffee. Can I be bothered to go and get some ice cubes? I really don't think I can. That's a chore. Fail. I remember I filmed in the car because we were running late, and then I don't know what else. So I walked into hospital on my own, and I thought it... I will say that... Why am I getting emotional? I'm so proud of myself for going through this whole process on my own. From the very first consultation back in June last year with the NHS, to then meeting my surgeon in Feb, at the beginning of Feb, to walking in to have my breast reduction on my own. I'm really proud of that. Like, why am I getting emotional? I'm not even sad. Like, what the hell? I just feel like I've been through so much and I've done it all on my own, and I'm so proud of myself, because previously I wouldn't have done that sort of stuff without Neil. I really heavily relied on him for that sort of stuff. And to know that I've done it on my own, I just think, wow, like, you walked in to have a breast reduction completely on your own, and I didn't see any of my friends or family or anything until I came out, and I'm really proud of myself for that. So I remember in the car, like, getting quite worried about... Pull yourself together. About saying goodbye to the children and saying goodbye to Neil, and I was fine. I think because it was such like a... You had your drop-off point and you literally just had to walk in sort of thing. There was like a porter on the door and it was like, right, okay, let's say goodbye sort of thing. And because I just had to get on with it, and it was fine. Like, I didn't have time to get emotional. I think it helps wearing a mask as well. Like, people can read your emotion a lot more when they see your mouth and see your lips, and couldn't see that. Like, so no one asked if I was okay, which was great, because if I was asked that, I probably would have got really upset, and I was fine. So it was like, okay, like, I'll see you later. It was really weird. It was like I was getting dropped off at an airport because I had my suitcase and they was like, okay, like, see you later then, and I was like, okay. Walked in and got like checked in and had to do some sort of paperwork or something, and then I had to be taken up to the ward. So it was like it was very small, the hospital. Went up like two flights in the lift, and literally, like, you turn around a couple of corners and you're like on a ward, but it's a ward with individual rooms. And I was write it down at the end. I was 321, and I had a nice room. It was quite dated, I will say. I did find the hospital quite old, but it was lovely. It was clean, it was homely. There was a TV, there was a safe. I had my own bathroom. I think I filmed a clip, I'm not too sure if I did. And then I sat down. There was like a little chair, and she was like, oh, wait until like someone comes to see you. And from the minute that I got in the hospital to surgery, I was number one in. I was first in. My admission time was 6:45, and I was really worried that because I was going to be on my own, that I wouldn't have that support to speak to. Like, I was worried that I was going to be sat there in my thoughts and stressing about it and X, Y and Z, and that wasn't the case at all. Like, as soon as I was in there, it was paperwork, checking my iron levels, because obviously I had low iron, that you would have seen at the end of my vlog. What else? Yeah, it was just like checking everything. I had to do a urine sample. What else did they do? They put my stockings on. They sort of spoke me through the process, and there was a lady that I first spoke to. I think she was maybe like the ward sister or something, and she was like, oh, my daughter had a reduction here, like, it changed her life and everything. And it was like, oh, like, amazing. And I was speaking to her about that, and just like general things. They took my meal order, For anyone who wants to know, I know if I was watching this, I would like to know what I ordered. I ordered a cheese sandwich, and for my like lunch post-op, and then for my dinner I had a jacket potato, and then for my breakfast I had a croissant. And then my surgeon came and marked me up. That was a weird experience, having someone draw all over your boobs with marker pen. And she drew on my joggers, and I was really upset the fact that she got permanent pen on my joggers. But I look at that now, I'm like, oh, you did that when I had my reduction. Like, that's, I know it's really weird, but it's just something that I remember. And like she was in there very brisk and like, do this, do this, do this, and she was like, right, okay, like you're ready to go. Like, I had to put my gown on. I took a couple of photos, and I remember, again, TMI, I left my knickers on last minute because I had to put on these awful hospital knickers, and I was like, I'm on my period, so like I don't want to put them on until last minute, and they were like, well, it's go time sort of thing, so put them on now. I had a couple of checks. I think I met one of the staff that was going to be on the wards post-op, and like I had a lot of people coming in and out. I can't remember who. I met my anaesthetist, could have married him. I married myself, but what a calming presence. His name was Dr. Francis, and he was like Northern or something, and he honestly was the nicest man I have ever met. He was, like I said, just such a calming presence. He went through everything with me and explained like what would happen, and just was great, asked me questions. And the one question, can you confirm your name and date of birth, and do you have any allergies? The amount of times I said like 12th of the 6th, 1993, or no, I don't have any allergies, and blah 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 blah. The amount of times that I confirmed all my details within like an hour was crazy, because obviously you have to confirm it with each person you speak to and everything like that, and they were brilliant. So yeah, I met my anaesthetist. I had loads of people coming in and out, and then a lady in green scrubs came to meet me and was like, I'm going to walk you down to theatre, and I was like, it's go time, like, okay. So I got there 6:45. I was probably up in my room by about 7, and I would say I was marked up by 8, and I was down in the, like, walking to theatre by, I think it was 8:20. I remember I was like voice noting and speaking to Neil and Ellie, and Ellie sent me like some voice notes, and she was like sobbing in her voice notes to me. Why am I finding this so emotional? And she was so happy for me, and she was like crying her eyes out, and she sent me photos of like, this is my face right now, and she was like saying like how proud she is and how excited she is, and like how this is going to change my life and everything. And I was like, I haven't cried until this point, and now you're making me cry. And then I remember like texting like Neil and Ellie being like, okay, like I'm now going, like love you, bye. And I put my phone down, and then off I went. It was really, really weird. And the lady that walked me down, I remember her name was Tina, and she was a lovely lady. I don't know what she did, because she was wearing green scrubs. I don't know whether she was part of the anaesthetic team. She was in that room with me, and she told me that she had a breast reduction 20 years ago and it changed her life, and I've only ever heard positive things about the experience. I don't feel like I've ever come across someone, even if they go through like a hard time or they had like a traumatic like recovery time. Don't get me wrong, my journey so far has been good, but you can like lose nipples and everything. Like, it can be really traumatic, and I haven't encountered anyone that, even though they've been through that hardship, has regretted it. So it was nice to speak to her about it, and literally it was like, it was so weird, like the whole time. And I'm sure loads of you will relate to it in certain circumstances. Like I've dreamt about this moment my entire like adult life, like 10 years plus. And walking to it, I was thinking to myself, oh my God, I'm in a lift to go down to have my breast reduction. And I was walking through the corridors talking to this lady, and I was like, I'm walking to have my breast reduction. Like, I was so aware of the moment. And I looked ridiculous. Like, I had these awful knickers on, I had my gown on, I was given a dressing gown luckily, and I had my green stockings on, and I had these blue shoes slipper things on. And then we walked into the theatre room, like you could tell, like it then suddenly went, it was medical anyway, but then it went like medical. And I remember like walking into this, it was a really small square room, and to me it looked like a vet surgery. And they were like, right, okay, like Dr. Francis was there, who obviously I'd met before, and he was my anaesthetist. And then there was another lady with glasses, didn't grab her name, and then the lady that walked me down called Tina. And I remember walking in that room, and they were like, oh, hop on the bed. And I was looking at the bed, and I was like, that's not a bed. Like, that's like some sort of like metal gurney. Like, they were like, oh, you'll wake up in your bed. And I was like, that's not my bed. Because obviously it's like that, oh god, my boobs hurt. No, it's like a tiny metal frame bed on wheels with like hard durable plastic, so if stuff goes on it, it can get wiped off. And obviously it was all covered, but I was just really hyper aware of my surroundings, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna lie on that bed, and in 10 minutes time they're gonna be slicing me open. Like, I had all these really weird thoughts. And I remember like, and you know what, I was anxious and I was scared, but I wasn't shaking, and I felt so safe and comfortable with the team, and like I just felt really supported. And so I hopped on this bed with my bloody stockings and my blue shoes, and they put a pillow underneath my legs. I remember them doing that. They were like, oh, make you more comfortable. I was like, okay, like, I don't feel comfortable, but okay. And I like laid down, and I remember staring at the wall, and they had this like weird vent on the ceiling, and it was like it must have been like an aircon vent, but it was like dark silver, and there was loads of different like squares on this vent. And I remember staring at it, and I was like, whoa, like this feels really trippy. I don't know why I remember this. And so again, I was just really aware. And I think when you're like anxious about medical stuff, you know the technique, you know that they're talking to you to try and like take your mind off it, but you also know that they're not listening to you because they've got a job to do. I was like, how old are your kids? Oh, 5 and 1. All right, okay, have you got 2 girls? Yeah. Oh, what are their names? Phoebe. Oh, Phoebe and Florence. Oh, you've got 2 girls. It's like, yeah. I sort of just wanted to be like, can we just be in silence? Because I know you're trying to talk to me and take my mind off it, but I'm aware that that's what you're doing, and I'm just thinking about other stuff. Like, it was, don't get me wrong, they were brilliant, but that's just what was going through my head. And then they kept doing this, trying to find my veins, and I was like, I know what you're doing. Like, I know you're trying to find my veins, my cannula, so you can put me to sleep. So weird. Eventually they found my vein, and they like put the cannula in, and I had the male anaesthetist there, I had the lady near my head, and they were like putting sticky things on me. I think it was obviously to like monitor me, and then I had the lady here near like the stats machine, whatever it's called. And then they were like, right, okay, like, honestly, I was in there for maybe 5 minutes, if that. Like, it wasn't a long time at all. I don't even remember taking off my dressing gown. I don't know if I did. I must have done. I don't know. And they're like, right, we're gonna put some things in your cannula now to make, like, to start helping you go to sleep. Oh, why am I finding it so hard to talk about? And then I was like, okay, like, I'm really scared. And why am I crying? I'm fine, I've bloody done it. And the lady here, Tina, she was holding my hand. She was, it's okay. I'm crying more now than what I did on the day. Like, it's bloody ridiculous. And I'm like, tears just started falling out of my eyes. And they were like, it's okay, like, don't worry, like, it's absolutely fine, like, you're safe with us. And I was like, no, I know. And I think I was trying to fight it. I've had anaesthetic before when I broke my arm when I was like 9, and I remember going through it and having like a point of like hearing like a crackling noise in my head when I was 8 or 9, and I remember saying to everyone, like, when I came round when I was a kid, I was like, they were like, oh, how was it going under? And I was like, yeah, like, it sounded like I had fireworks going off in my head. And everyone I'd spoken to were like, oh, like, that never happened to me, like, are you sure that happened? And then going through that again 20 odd years later, I was like, oh my god, like, so my hand went cold. It was really weird, like, because I'd obviously been through it before, and I think I was so scared of going under, even though I wasn't. My body was trying to fight it, so my hand went cold, and then I got a really funny taste in my mouth. I didn't have the mask on at this point, and then I heard the crackling in my head, and then that's when I said, like, I'm really scared. And then they were like stroking my hair and stroking my hands, and like tears started falling from my eyes, and they were wiping it, and they were like, it's fine, like, don't worry, don't worry. And then they were like, we're just gonna put this over your face, and then I was gone, and I was out, and it was fine. I just think it's such like a, let me just compose myself because I don't even know why I'm crying. It's just not a normal thing to go through, is it? And I was scared. But then I woke up at 1 o'clock in recovery, and I felt like I had the best sleep ever. So then I was in like some weird sort of like, I don't know what it was like a recovery room. And I was worried again that I was going to wake up in my room on my own, and I didn't do that. I was woken up in like a bay with, I think there was like 6 other people that had obviously come out of different other surgeries. And I remember there was a lady stood here. I don't know if it was someone that I had before, if it was a new one, but I remember waking up and I was like, they're gone. She was like, yeah, they've gone, like, do you want to have a look? And I remember looking at my chest and I was like, oh my god, I've got kids' boobs. Because like, my boobs, how they look now is how they looked when they were like 14. Because I went through puberty and like I developed very quickly in my teenage years. I remember looking at them, I was like, oh my god, I've got kids' boobs. And she was like, yeah, they look great, like, they've gone. I remember like looking at the clock and I was like, okay, it's 1 o'clock, so I'd obviously been out for like 4 or 5 hours, which is a really long time for having general anaesthetic. And I was in there for an hour, and they put stuff in my cannula. I'm imagining it's morphine. I think I had 3 or 4 like injections in my cannula of morphine. And oh my god, it's all coming back to me now. I had a full-on conversation with this lady, but I couldn't even tell you what she looked like. All I know is she wore green scrubs and she had a mask on. Obviously everyone wore masks. And did I have to wear a mask? I did. I had to wear a mask until I got on the gurney. Yeah, so I remember having a full-on conversation with this lady, like, what are you up to at the weekend? Like, oh yes, summer holidays. I was talking about our children and talking about in Norwich we've got like the Go-Go Trail, and this year we've got the T-Rex dinosaurs. And I was like, oh yeah, like, that's amazing, you should go and do it. Like, I remember it. I don't know what else I spoke about, but I remember being like high as a kite. And then I was in there for about an hour, and they were like, do you want us to call your husband, or do you want to do it when you get back to the ward? And I was literally just like this in bed, and I was like, can I do it myself? And they were like, yeah, you'll be fine. So I was like, okay, that's fine, I'll call it, I'll FaceTime when I get back to the ward. I was back on the ward by about 2, and I FaceTimed Neil at 2:20. And I would say from like 2 till like 5:30, 6, I literally could have just stared at the wall and time just passed. It was really weird how quick time went, because obviously I was still high off my face. Like, wasn't really with it at all. I was aware of everything, and like I called Neil and I called Ellie and I think I called my mum, and I think that was it. How long I'd been in the room for, but I just remember I couldn't get comfortable, A, because I was in a lot of pain, and I really needed a wee. And they were like, right, okay, like, we'll get you this sort of like she-wee thing because my surgeon doesn't like you getting out of bed before a certain couple of hours. So they got me like this cardboard thing and they like cut my knickers off, and it was so like undignified, and I know that's what the nurses are there for, but I just felt rank. Like them trying to like shove some cardboard like to my area so I could wee in bed. Because I think it was probably about 3 o'clock, so I hadn't been in recovery for that long. And I remember I was so uncomfortable, like I could not wee. Oh my god, I just remember something else as well. And I was like, I can't wee in bed. Like, I just can't do it. There is no way that I'm going to be able to do it. Like, I tried for like 10 minutes with this bloody thing. I couldn't do it. So eventually they had to get another member of staff to like help me, because you cannot use your arms at all after surgery for the first couple of days, because just the slightest bit of pressure could pop open your wounds. Like, you've got to be so careful. Like, even just like heaving yourself out of bed, you just can't do it. And I knew it would be bad, but it wasn't. No, I didn't think it would be as bad as what it was. I was very naive about it. And they ended up having to get a commode right next to the bed, and literally as soon as I sat on that commode, I weighed 800 ml of water, because they pumped 2 litres of fluid in me whilst I was obviously having my surgery. 800 ml. It's probably this. Like, I honestly, I couldn't stop weeing. Are you down? And I was like, no, I'm still weeing. Still weeing. And then I put on my period pants, because obviously I was on my period and I felt so much more comfortable just being sucked in, secure. I knew I wouldn't leak, and like I was alright. And then they then helped me get back onto the bed, and as soon as I then got back on that bed, I was asleep for like 2 hours because I just needed it. I then woke up and had a cheese sandwich, and that was at about 5, and then I was either like voice noting people or asleep or having medication. One of the ladies that I had, so they obviously had the 7 till 7 shift, and then you had your 7 till 7 night through morning, and then the 7-7 morning, because I was in Friday morning until Saturday 5 o'clock. One of the ladies that I had, called Jules, she was honestly incredible, and she was just fantastic, and she made me feel so comfortable, and just like you can have like a girly chat with her, and she was just amazing. And she was talking to me about things that she's been through and everything, and we were sharing our stories, and like I was sharing my photos, like my pre-photos, and she's like, oh my god, you look fab, like, oh my god, you must be so happy. And she helped me at one point when I walked to the toilet. She helped me have a look. She's like, do you have a little look? And I was like, yeah, okay. And I couldn't believe it. So I've skipped over a little bit. So one of the first things that I found when I woke up in recovery in the ward with the lady with the green, they were like, how do you feel? And I was like, my arm hurts. Okay, you've just had breast reduction surgery and your arm hurts. I cannot explain to you how much my muscles hurt post-surgery. They're getting there now, but they were honestly so delicate from the nape of my neck all the way down to my back. Like, my hips hurt. This arm hurt the most. I don't know if it's still there. No, I think it has gone. I had like scratches all down my arm which looked like stretch marks, like burst capillaries. So obviously when you're again, I didn't really think about it, but when you have a breast reduction, they manipulate your body in so many different angles so they can get everywhere. I also had liposuction, so I don't know if that makes any difference. Around my boobs, not anywhere else. And I remember this, honestly, it sounds so stupid saying it, but they must have put my arm and my finger in a position it felt like I had an ingrown nail on this finger all around here. All I kept doing was rubbing this part of my finger because it hurt so much. So I must have had my arm, I can't really do it because obviously I'm still recovering. I must have had my arm up and round on the back of my head, and all the weight must have been rested on that finger, because honestly it literally felt like I had about 4 injections in my arm and I was just punched. I woke up and I was covered in bruises all on like the tops of my thighs. I dread to think what they did to my body whilst I was on the table, like the positions and them rolling me and everything else. Yeah, I just remember that pain, and I was like, but like obviously my boobs hurt and it feels awful, but my arm hurts. And then also I really struggled. So when I went onto the commode, every time I had to get out of bed to go for a wee, I almost blacked out. Because I had low blood pressure and low iron levels. So my iron levels pre-surgery, before I had to get them up, were 108. I got them up to 118. They wanted them at 120, so I was almost there. They then dropped to 92. So my iron is still low and my blood pressure was very low. I can't remember what it was, but every time like I got out of bed, like I had to literally take 5 minutes from me sitting up, putting my feet over the edge of the bed. I had to give myself 5 minutes to make sure I wasn't going to black out, and obviously it was painful as well. I had drains either side, which are like these weird, I'll insert a picture, like these weird like bottles like this with like a valve on, and it just sucks blood out of you. Honestly, it makes my boobs hurt just thinking about it. And so whenever I had help, because I couldn't go to the toilet on my own, whenever I had help going to the bathroom, like I'd sit on the toilet and like I'd do my stuff, and then as soon as I stood up, like the nurse, like that lady called Jules, she was like, right, let's get you, like you need to get to bed right now, because she literally saw my face go from normal to like grey, like a sheet, and it grey, what's I don't know what the phrase is, but like I just went, and I could feel, it felt like my head was underwater, and I went instantly hot, and I literally collapsed on the bed, and she was like fanning me down. I had to have oxygen on, like the proper mask, not the stuff up your nose. I think I woke up with that oxygen stuff up my nose as well in recovery. It's all coming back to me now. And I think for like the first 3 to 4 trips of me going to the bathroom with assistance, I had to have oxygen, because I just, if not I would have blacked out. It was horrible, but I'm still here. It was fine. It was just part of it. Again, it was just something that I didn't really think would happen. But again, like I said, I went into it being quite naive, because I just knew I wanted it done. That night was fine. They kept giving me liquid morphine. I think it was liquid morphine, like in my mouth. It was like in a syringe. I remember them at one point giving me an injection in my leg, and I also had these things. So I had my green stockings on, and I've had to wear those for a week post surgery. I had these, like, you know, the cuffs that they put on your arm to check your blood pressure. They had those on my legs, and it would inflate one side, deflate, inflate the other side, deflate, and it literally went like that for, I think I had them for, I had them when I woke up at 1, and they took them off the following morning, so however long that was. And I actually quite enjoyed them. They were like, oh, we always get complaints about those. I was like, honestly, leave them on, they're fine. To obviously help your blood and your circulation and blood clots and everything. The night was okay. I remember having my jacket potato, and I was like, I can't use my knife and fork. Like, I couldn't cut my potato up, so I just scooped it. It took me about 2.5 hours to watch an episode of Clarkson's Farm, and honestly, it makes me laugh when everyone's like, you're going to be so bored in hospital, like you're going to read loads of books, you're going to get through loads of things on Netflix. Even now, like, I'm still not there. Like, I can't concentrate, I can't focus on anything. I'm gonna have to charge my battery and come back and chat to you because my thing's about to run out. So then I went through the night. The pain I was kept on top of with painkillers. I was on 2 hourly obs, so I didn't get much sleep. I think in total I got about 5 hours, which I was quite happy with. And then in the evening, God, sorry, this is going to be all over the place. In the evening, I think it was before I had my dinner, my anaesthetist came in again and checked on me, and he was like, are you okay? Like, blah, 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 and spoke to me. And he was lovely and like reassuring, and I asked him some questions and everything. I can't remember what I asked him, but I just know he was like really reassuring and just lovely. And then my surgeon came in, and when she left I had a bit of a cry because I've said it, you'll see it later because I filmed things out of sync, but I've said it throughout that my surgeon's very straight to the point and very brash, and when you're feeling vulnerable after a major op, a little bit of compassion would have gone a long way, and I didn't receive it, and I had a cry because she said that I was still big, or she said something along the lines of like, you're still massive or you're still big, and I literally was like, okay. And then when she left I was like, thank you for everything you've done for me, like you've changed my life today. And she was like, okay, bye. And I was like, okay. And then one of the ladies came, like one of the nurses came in, and she was like, oh, like, are you like, you've just seen your surgery, you're crying, like you're so happy, like it happens all the time. I was like, no, it's not good to cry, like I'm actually really upset and really hurt. And then I spoke to her about it, and she was like, look, it's not the first time we've heard it, you've picked one of the best surgeons you could for your surgery, but she doesn't have bedside manner. And I was like, no, I know that and I understand that, but it just did hurt, like when you've come in for having a breast reduction and then you've got someone saying that you're still big. And I was asking my surgeon about her day. I was like, bear in mind I'd just come through surgery. I was like, oh, like how's your day been? She was like, yeah, I'm bloody exhausted. And I was like, I'm fine too. Like, it's just one of those things. And I remember being really upset about that. And then obviously had the night and everything, and it took me a long time to get comfortable. I was getting too hot, I was getting too cold. And that's the other thing as well, like I felt really, I didn't want to push the buzzer. First of all, the buttons were, I didn't have a remote, so I couldn't push, like I couldn't pull the remote. The remote that I had was like on a bungee cord, so I couldn't turn my light out. And pushing for help was really hard because I didn't have the movement that I've got now. And I felt really stupid pushing the button when these ladies are caring for people, being like, can you get my iPad? Or can you shut my curtains? Like, I genuinely believed I would have been able to have done it all myself. And I hate depending on people. Even though I'd just been through major surgery, I didn't want to ask someone to like help me change, like get a sheet instead of a duvet, or get my iPad and my headphones so I can try and watch something and go to sleep. Like I hated asking for things, but they were brilliant. They were like, that's what we're here for. And I was like, no, I know, but I'd rather you sort out other people and then come to me last, sort of thing. But they were brilliant. Night shift was fine, and then we did the changeover in the morning. I had my bloods taken again to check my iron levels, which obviously still came back low, and told me to keep taking my iron tablets and eventually see my GP. I loved all of the staff that I had. I saw my anaesthetist again. He came in, I think it was at like 8 o'clock when I was having my breakfast. And I remember him like being outside being like, oh, is Jess awake? Like, I just want to make sure she's okay. And he popped his head in, and again, it was really nice to speak to him about it. And he was like asking me, and I was like, how much pain should I be in? Like, I'm in pain, but I don't know whether I should be feeling a lot, not a lot. And he was like, again, it's like all down to you. But he was great, and he said that he normally deals with like pregnant ladies and stuff. And then I met like my day team. And again, they were fantastic. So I had 2 men. One of them started that week. He was American, and honestly, he was fantastic. Like I said to one of the staff, I was like, can you please like speak to your manager about him? Because he was so good. And I honestly, like I'm gonna write a card to say thank you to all the staff that I had at Spire, because they were all fantastic. And I had like I just had 2 really nice male nurses, and they were brilliant, and they made me feel really comfortable. And then I also had another, like, I don't really know the hierarchy, but this lady was wearing like a different blue dress. Again, I think she must have been like a sister or something. And she was great, and they just looked after me that entire time, and they were really supportive. And I couldn't have asked for anything more. When it came to, so like I had men doing when it came to taking out my drains, I saw my surgeon, and just went through some things, and she was like, you need to let your drains come out, wait a couple of hours, and then you can go home. And I was like, okay, cool. And I was like, does it hurt? And she was like, well, it feels like a worm's coming out of your boob. And I was like, have you experienced that before? And she was like, no. So I got a laugh out of her, so that was one thing. And when it came to taking out the drains, the 2 males, I don't think they'd ever seen it being done before. So the lady nurse was like, do you mind them watching? I was like, I don't care, like, I've had kids, like, if it helps them be able to do it themselves later on, like, that's fine. Yeah, so I was just lying there, and they were just staring at me having these drains removed. And you know what? I was really scared about the drain removal, because when my drugs started to wear off and I had my drains, like, they're held in by a stitch, and because it was an open wound, and I had like rubber tubes like moving against that hurt. Like, I could tell, like, if I tried to roll and get out of bed on my own and my drains seared, I physically couldn't move until I had medication again. So I was really scared about how the pain would be, but you know what, it wasn't bad at all. She was like, push at the end of the bed, breathe, and then it was out. It was fine. This one still isn't fully healed. I've still got a little patch on that one. And I think in the end I had less than 100 ml in either drain. Don't get me wrong, it's not nice having literally blood jugs following you around. Looks like you've got like Ribena in the bottom. It's not great, because it's a reminder of everything, but I did feel more comfortable, because I was so wary of like tugging on them. I was so much more comfortable not having them in. But I've heard that a lot of surgeons have better results when you have drains, because obviously you're removing the excess fluid. So I'm really happy that I had them done. And then literally it was, I think I had that done at 2, so I'd obviously been in that room for a day by that point. I had to get some help for me to get dressed, and Neil came to get me at 5. What did I use in my hospital bag? Literally fuck all. I didn't eat anything that I packed. Again, I think it's going to be all subjective. Like, if you're watching this and you're going through a reduction process, it's all going to be down to you as a person, and your recovery and your healing and everything like that. For me, I could hardly read a text message, let alone read a book, let alone hold like a Kindle or an iPad. I watched 1 episode of Clarkson's Farm during the whole time I was there. Like, I watched like 20 minutes and then had a sleep, and then another 15, went to bed, and then I watched a little bit with my breakfast. Like, I didn't watch a lot at all. What did I use? I didn't use anything apart from like my underwear, and my going home clothes. And I think I might have used a wet wipe and my eye mask. You know what? The best thing that I took with me was my water bottle. I bought a new one. I'll insert a clip here. I can't bother to go and get it now because I've been up and down, I'm tired. But best thing that I took with me, I bought a new water bottle. And if you've watched my packing video, do not take a bottle without a straw. Completely pointless. Honestly, it would have gone all over me. The bottle that I got from Dunelm, which was like, I think it should have been £5, and I paid like £3.80 for it because I got it in the sale. Best thing, and that's the one thing that I've used the most. It was a 1 litre water bottle, and it was just the best. But other than that, I hardly used anything. I didn't get changed out of my gown. Like I was prepared to put my pyjamas on, but again, because I had the drains, they just said no, just stay in your gown, and I was fine with that. Like I didn't feel like I wanted to get dressed. Didn't need anything button up. Again, it's all subjective to the people that go through this thing. I've literally just been walking around in my recovery bras and bed shorts, or wearing a zip up hoodie, or like an XL pyjamas, which I showed in, fuck, my battery's not flashing. Right, that's fine. So then Neil came to pick me up. I got ported down, and got given like my medication. I didn't get given a lot of medication at all. Again, down to my surgeon. If it was down to her, I wouldn't have had any morphine after my surgery, but luckily I got some morphine. The hospital staff that normally, she says that they said that she normally crosses it off. And I didn't get that, so I still have my morphine. I only had medication up until I had codridamol or something, and I only had that up until I think it was Tuesday night. So 4 or 5 days worth of medication. It wasn't a lot at all. And when I saw my surgeon, when I had my dressings taken off, she was like, I don't know why I had painkillers for that long. I was like, I wasn't allowed to move on to cocodamol. I had to go straight on to ibuprofen and paracetamol. I understand it, like it obviously makes you bunged up, it makes you tired, and everything that comes with it, but I'm still in a lot of pain, but it's manageable. Yeah, Neil picked me up, and it was a very weird experience, like being wheeled down on a wheelchair, and like I could open the door. And like I hopped in, and he was like, you okay? And he was like, I'm really proud of you. And I was like, thanks, like just take me to McDonald's. So we went to McDonald's. The car journey, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't as painful as I thought it would be. Just speed bumps and potholes were the worst, and drain covers. But just having the pillow go across my chest, I couldn't sit in the car and do a long journey right now. I am struggling, if I'm being perfectly honest. I would say, so came home Saturday, had my McDonald's, had a nap, watched Love Island and caught up on that, and then I went to bed, I think it was 11, and then I slept through until 8. I'm not sleeping very well at the moment. I'm finding it very uncomfortable because you have to stay propped up. You can't roll on your side as much as you want to. I am allowed to, but it's when I feel comfortable, and I don't feel comfortable because I've got so much swelling around the sides because of my liposuction. What else have I got to say? Recovery is hard, and you have a lot of time to reflect on yourself. And I now hate my stomach, and I'm going through this with someone that I've spoken to in a breast reduction group called Sarah, and I couldn't have got through it without her, because having that support and knowing that someone's gone through it with me at exactly the same time is amazing. And like we voice note every single day, and we share like what we're going through, and it just really helps, and it makes you feel like you're not on your own. So like I said, I get tired all the time. That's something I wasn't prepared for. I am tired. I'm getting better now. But initially when I first came home, like I couldn't be awake for more than like 2 or 3 hours at a time. Like I was so exhausted. Like I would have a conversation and I didn't even know what I was saying, or Neil would get the chair out of the dining room and put it in the kitchen so I could sit down and watch him make a tea, or help like watch him, keep him company whilst he's doing dinner. And I was like, did you get the chair or did I? Like I didn't remember small things like that. Like it was really weird, and time went by so fast as well. I'm now at the point where I'm not necessarily napping, I'm just resting a lot. Have I been emotional? No, I haven't been. I thought I'd get quite low, and I thought I'd get quite blue, and I haven't got to that point yet. I know it'll come, but at the moment I'm okay in my spirits. It's just shocked me how careful I need to be. Like I remember I tried to help Neil do the children like a snacky dinner of like hummus, pita bread, carrots and cucumber. I can't remember when it was. It must have been, I think it was Tuesday, so I was like 3 or 4 days post-op, and literally just cutting up vegetables, I had to go and have a nap. And I'm like, I'm getting really frustrated at myself, which is stupid because I've had major surgery. I just hate the fact that I can't help. I remember being in hospital trying to put deodorant on, and I had to have a nap after putting on deodorant. Like, the smallest things make you tired, and you'll have a day like today where I'm like, okay, I'm fine, and then I'll push myself, and then I'll be back again. I'll be 2 steps back tomorrow. Like, it's a really fine line. If I have a nap, then at the moment, like I said, I'm not sleeping very well, so I'm not getting to sleep till like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and then I'm waking up at 8, which is fine, but like, my whole balance is off, and I know it'll get there, and I know I'm being hard on myself. Like, I'm literally just a week over surgery. It's just hard to adapt when like life continues as normal with the children and with Neil. And like, today they've gone for a really fun day out at the dinosaur park, and I've never been with my children, and it hurts the fact that I can't do it. And I'm so glad that they're having that time, and they're having the best time with Neil. And honestly, I didn't think I could love Neil any more than what I do, but I love him so much more after this, because I could not have got through this without him. He has been my rock. He has been fucking incredible. He's done everything for me. Like, I couldn't worship him more than what I do. Like, when it comes to like helping me go to the toilet, which luckily I don't need help with, but like just helping me walk there, and helping me shower, and like looking at my cuts and my wounds. Like, I can't look down because I just can't do it. I don't like seeing, at the moment I haven't got dressings on, you'll see that next in the next clip, but I can't look down because I just don't like seeing my body mutilated in that way. I'm not ready for it. Yeah, so recovery is a lot harder than what I thought it would be, and I think having the element of children as well makes it a lot harder. Like, Florence just wants a cuddle with her mum, and that's hard. Like, P will like lie on my shoulder and like rub me and be like, it's okay mummy, like, I'm here to help you, and she's been great. Florence doesn't know what's going on, and she just wants her mum, and that's really hard. And it's like trying to settle Florence as well. Like, obviously Neil's absolutely exhausted by bedtime, and then Florence goes to bed and she's screaming in her cot, and I can't pick her up, and Neil's absolutely exhausted and is busy doing housework, so I literally just get the footstool and just sit in her room with my back to her so she knows that I'm there, and then she eventually goes to sleep. Like, it's just hard, isn't it? I'll quickly finish on how I'm feeling with pain. I'm used to the pain now, and a lot of people have asked, like, oh, I bet you feel lighter. No, I don't, because I've gone from being really heavy on my chest to having a lot of pain on my chest. I'm feeling very tight, very restricted, very bruised, very sore, just very delicate and vulnerable. So even though I know the weight's gone, my shoulders have noticed it massively, I'm still in a lot of pain with my lower back because positioning and not being able to get comfortable and things like that, and trying to adjust, and you're hunching over because you're trying to protect your chest, whereas you need to stand tall and stand proud, but I can't because it hurts. I'm going to be paying for a physio in about 6 weeks time to help with my back and everything, so that's fine. I'm okay. I'm resting where I can. I'm trying not to be hard on myself. It is hard because I do just have that get up and go attitude, and I can't do that, but I'm alright. I'm now going to go and have a nap because I am tired. I've got Ellie visiting me later on this afternoon. I haven't had that many visitors because obviously I'm isolating and things like that, but I've seen like my mum, my dad, my auntie and a couple of my friends. I want to get out of the house. I've been in the house now for, is it 8 days I've been in the house, and I'm starting to go a little bit stir crazy, but I'm aware like I can't do a lot. I couldn't go for a walk around the city right now, and obviously I'm still isolating, so I've got to be careful. maybe go for a walk around the block or something, I don't know. But I'm getting there. I had a shower last night and I washed my hair in the shower. That was traumatic because I'm a drama queen. It didn't hurt. I was just really scared, and it sounds stupid. I'm not used to my nipples being where they are right now. Like, I'm used to them like pointing to the floor, and I get really scared because I can catch them, and it's just a big adjustment period. But I had a hair wash. I feel better for that, even though I still feel gross. I feel better for that. Neil's going to shave my legs tonight, paint my toes, and just make me feel a little bit more glam. Ellie's going to sort my eyebrows out for me today, so I just feel a little bit better. But on the whole, I feel amazing. My boobs are amazing. My gut, however, is not, but my boobs are fantastic. How is that my chest? How is this all I have? And this will all go down. All of this is swelling right now, so this will all go down. I'll go down another cup size. I just can't. How am I sat here right now talking to you about my breast reduction? Like, I don't know. But I'm gonna go. You've got more clips to watch after this. I'm gonna hate editing this video. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it here, and I will speak to you in a couple of days once I've got some more things to say. I can't believe I'm in a £10, like 3 for £10 Primark comfy bra. I just can't believe it. How have I had a breast reduction? It's been a couple of days since I've done an update. And this is the first update that I'm doing on my camera. I look like shit. I feel like shit, which is why, part of the reason why I haven't filmed. I honestly can't remember the last time I filmed. I think it must have been in the hospital. And today, I don't even know what the day is. All I know is it's 9:46. My arm hurts. The 10th. So I'm 4 days post-op. I literally can't even hold my camera because my arms hurt so much. I'm going to have to rest you on this pillow and just have to deal with the really ugly angle. So I'm going to sit down eventually and fill you in until this point. But I'm now about to go and have a sleep, so I'm not going to do that right now. I can't get over how ugly I look. But just a quick little, obviously I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to give you a breakdown as to from the minute I got into hospital and everything, as much as I can remember. I look rank. But I came home Saturday night. I got discharged at 5. I came home. I had a McDonald's for my dinner because I was so hungry, and then I came to bed, and then I woke up and I watched Love Island, and then literally that's just been my last. Florence is now home and so is P. That's been my last couple of days. So the children came home yesterday, Monday, so they weren't here for 2 days because we needed to establish like how bad I am. So like we didn't know what I would be able to do and what I could and couldn't do. I can walk from my bed to places, so I can walk to the sitting room, I can walk to the dining room, and I can walk to the bathroom, and I can wipe myself, which I didn't think I'd be able to do, and I can, which is brilliant. I can brush my teeth, but instead of doing this, I move my head. I'm doing very little, and that's one thing that has completely thrown me, and something that I wasn't prepared for was how exhausted I am. Like I'm drained. I'm absolutely floored. It's now 10:15. I've been up since 8, and I'm now gonna go and have another nap. Like I can't stay awake. Like I'm so tired. Like sometimes I'll be having a conversation and I don't even know what I'm saying. Like I'm
so tired. So Saturday I slept for when I came home Saturday night, Sunday morning, I slept from 11:30 till 8. I slept a really long time. But then I hurt because I was seized up, whereas when I was in the hospital, I was on 2-hourly obs. So obviously constantly getting moved for like my blood pressure and everything. So bedtimes and when I wake up, like I'm in a lot of pain. So that was Sunday again. Ellie came to visit me, and like literally just on and off sleep, staying in bed all day. I've made the effort to go and sit at the dining room table whenever it comes for meals, because I don't want to like eat in bed. My friend redid my hair because I don't look great now. Like obviously it's really greasy, it hasn't been washed since Thursday night. I think I might do that tomorrow at Neil's dad's hairdressers, because they've obviously got like the sinks that I can put my head back in. And then yesterday was a day again of just like not doing anything. Me getting dressed, like I'm getting dressed every day in a sense of just like a new pair of pajama shorts and then like my bra. This is the bra that they gave me. So it's Velcro. It's not the comfiest. I find I'm more comfy when I'm not wearing it, because obviously it pulls everything together. But it's just part of it. I got an appointment email from my surgeon on Thursday. I think it's the 12th at 6:30, and that's a dressing change. I'm really scared about that. I literally don't really have anything else to say. I'm in a lot of pain. I hurt in places that I didn't think I would hurt in. Like, let me put you down. So I hurt all round the back of my neck and all round here. When I first woke up from my surgery, they were like, oh, how do you feel? And I was like, my arm hurts, all round here hurts. I don't know if you're going to be able to see. Can you see those marks? They're like stretch marks and they never used to be there, so I think I'm going to ask my surgeon when I see her on Thursday. Come on, there you go. But I think, oh for fuck's sake. Stay. Come on, there you go. I think they manipulate your body. Oh, for God's sake. Literally, this is why I can't be fucked to film right now, because my arms hurt so much. I think they manipulate your body, so like your arms are like back behind your head and everything. So I hurt in so many, like my hips hurt, and like my lower back hurts. Like I've got pains everywhere. The actual scars and incisions themselves, they hurt the most when I was in hospital, and it felt like a hot, burning, stinging pain. And I think now, because they're coming together, they're not itchy, but like I just want to like push on them. But I wouldn't, that's not the worst pain. The worst pain for me is like muscle. And I'm so weak. I'm so weak. Like I can't explain to you how weak I am. And it's really hard for someone who is so independent to then have to be completely reliant on other people. It's taking a lot to get adjusted to. Today is obviously the first day back with the children, because they came home last night at 5. So again, that's an adjustment, and they've been okay. Like P's been great, and Florence has been very wary, and she can tell that something's wrong with me. I'm just really tired, and I love how people are like, take your book, like you're gonna get really bored. I can't focus. Like, it took me 2 hours to watch a 50-minute episode of Clarkson's Farm. Like, it's taken me a really long time just to do basic shit that I thought I'd be fine with. So yeah, and I'm being really hard on myself, I know I am. Like, I see, like, on breast reduction, like, forums and stuff, and like support groups that I'm on, and they're like, oh, like, I stopped taking my meds on like day 4, or I did the school run on day 5, and I'm like, fucking hell, like, I can hardly take myself to the toilet without getting like lightheaded. And it is hard, but I'm getting there. My iron levels are really low. I'm at 92, and before my surgery they were 108, and I got them up to 118, so I've got really low iron, and my blood pressure's been quite low as well, so I think an accumulation of that is also making me tired. So I wouldn't change it for the world though. I can't believe I've had this done. Like, I can't believe, like, this is my boobs. They're obviously very swollen at the moment. Oh, fucking camera. Yeah, I can't believe it. My surgeon seems to think she's got me, say, 6 or 7 cup sizes smaller than what I was, and I was a double K. Here comes Florence. What do you want? Are you okay? Would you like to say hello? Say hi. Hi. You okay? Are you not having a nap today?
Yeah.
Yeah? You gonna go to sleep?
Yeah.
Go on then. Fancy going to nights? No, it's mum's. Mum's. Go on. Fancy go sleep? No, it's my iPad. No. Get off. Right, I'm gonna go. I think maybe once I've had a little sleep, I'm gonna sit down and do like step by step what happened in the hospital. Because these guys are, yeah, I know, these guys are gonna go out food shopping later. Oh god, Florency, please baby, no. Can I have my tablets? That's right, thank you. Good girl. Oh, can I have them back again? Can my mum have? Don't fight me, thank you. Go on, go find Sissy. Good girl. Yeah, so I'm gonna sit down at some point and like properly talk you through it all. I'm just so tired. And I feel hideous. Look like I'm wearing like a bulletproof vest. But yeah, she removed, I can't remember if I've said, she removed 6 pounds in total, so just short of half a stone. And on my left was 1.1 kg and my right was 1.2 something kg. So I've lost a lot of weight from my chest. And a lot of people are asking me, like my friends and family, they're like, can you feel a difference? And for me, not at the moment, because I'm in so much pain. And also, like when I'm walking around hunched, because if I sit up and push my chest out, my cleavage really hurts. That's the part that hurts the most, is my cleavage. And that's another thing. Here comes Florence again. Literally can't get 2 minutes on my own. Hiya. No, Florence, not on the bed. Not on the bed. Here hurts. Like my actual, like natural cleavage, because I never had one. So my surgeon created something. Shh. Go away. My surgeon created something called an internal flap, where she made natural cleavage with my tissue. So she pushed tissue up into this part of my boob, because I've never had it.
so that hurts as well, and I'm quite bruised around the sides where I had liposuction. I just feel fucking broken, if I'm being perfectly honest. But my arms are now really hurting after this vlogging, so I'm gonna turn off for today and either speak to you later on. So we are on Wednesday now. This is, I think it's 4 days post-op. Chic. This is me dressed. My stockings are a bit low, but I struggle to pull those up on my own. This is what I've looked like for the past 5 days. So I've got my post-op bra on. I don't know what brand it is, but it's vile. And all the hospital staff said how fancy it is. It's Velcro. Look how small my boobs are, like what the fuck. Here is my stomach that I never got to see because my boobs was always on it. I've got period pants, looking fresh. Sorry, this really hurts to do. These bandages here and here, they're from my drains. They were quite low. This is an XL top from H&M that Neil's just put on me. Then I've got my XL Jama bottoms, which I don't sleep in. These are like just chilling around the house. And then I've got my, you know what, I actually quite like the stockings. They're quite comfortable. And then my hair, we're going to wash my hair today because it's so greasy and I reckon I could get another couple of days, but I feel so unattractive. Like all this postpartum hair growth is just making me feel sick. So it's been replatted once already, but I just feel rank. I feel so disgusting. Okay, my hand's starting to hurt, or my arm's starting to hurt now. So this is when I get dressed, this is what I look like. Just gonna sit down. I'm feeling a bit more perkier today. I've got a little bit more energy, but I know that if I push it too far, I'm gonna go the other way. And I probably feel quite perky because I've just had a rest in bed. And Neil and the children are going out today because it's like 25 degrees and I'm stuck inside. So they're gone to go and do that. And I've also just taken my last lot of co-dry Demol or whatever it is. I've now finished all my medication. And I've been told that under no circumstances can I go on to anything else like codeine or cocodamol or anything. I have to go on to paracetamol. I don't know why that is. I think it's just because my surgeon doesn't want me to get like too heavily dependent on medication. But I'm in a lot of pain, so I'm just going to see how I go. I think I'm going to watch something on Netflix and just chill out and just veg out on the sofa. I can't remember what I said yesterday. I literally can't remember what I do each day. But honestly, this croaky voice as well, I'm so over it. I can't remember what I said yesterday, but I'm really struggling to focus on stuff like TV programs. So I've literally just been vegging in bed. I did manage to read a Heartstopper Volume 1 and 2 last night. I just flew through those. They're graphic novels. They're the first ones I've ever read. But it literally only took me like an hour to read both of them. So I've done a little bit of reading, but there's no way I thought I'd be able to like smash out some series. No way. I can barely remember a conversation I've had with Neil, let alone a book. Let me just quickly show you, because he literally just popped in. He took the children to Dunelm to pick up an order, and then he was like, oh, I'm going out sort of thing. So he's pulled out some stuff for me.
So for my lunch today, I've got some Quavers, I've got some Aero bubbles when I want a chocolate snack, and I've got some chicken noodles. The kettle's not that full. It's got 2.5, you know, like on the thing it says 2.5, like where it says like max 8, it's at 2.5, so as low as it can be. And then in the fridge, oh, I've just gone really lightheaded. This is what I mean by like, I literally haven't done anything. I've been speaking to you for 5 minutes and I've just gone lightheaded. I've got some water in the fridge. Hang on. And then I've got some stuff on like the lower level that I can reach, like my raspberries and my fruit. But I can't reach up to my cupboards at the moment because that just hurts too much. So that's me for today. I'm feeling quite bruised. I'm gonna have to go sit down again. I'm feeling really bruised today. My chest feels really tight. And I think my scars are starting to scab over because they're quite itchy. And it's where I've had my liposuction is where I'm really sore. Like around my sides really hurt. But I'll get there. We're gonna wash my hair tonight. I need it done. I feel gross, like I said. I feel like I look really fat. Because obviously I'm gonna have to put you down again, sorry. I'm obviously not being active because I can't, because I'll faint. And I know I'm being really hard on myself, but I just feel like I look like a toe. And I feel absolutely disgusting and I don't want to be doing this. But I also have documented from day one and I want to give a true representation as to what the whole thing looks like, which is like this. So I'm gonna go. I will speak to you tomorrow after I've had my dressings changed. I'm really scared about that. It's gonna really hurt. That's at 6:30 tomorrow night. My mum's having the children again tomorrow and Friday, which is amazing. So I don't even know what I was saying. I have just turned down the aircon and I hope you appreciate that because it's 23 degrees. I'm in a hoodie and a pillow going over my chest because I can't wear just a seatbelt right now because of my boobs. And I'm coming to you. Do you mind walking in front of the car? No? I'm coming to you from a car park where Neil's going to go and get our Nando's. I have just had my dressings changed. Since I last saw you, I had a hair wash last night at Neil's dad's hairdressers after they closed. I thought it'd make me feel better, but still feel ugly, which is great. Still, I literally feel like a toe. I feel rank. And we've got the windows closed because of wasps, and a wasp tried to fly in the car earlier and I feel like my boob almost fell off because I lurched and I shouldn't be lurching right now. So just had my dressings changed. Definitely thought it'd be worse than what it was. Do I feel like they're about to fall off on just slab on the floor? Yeah. I feel a lot more exposed and a lot less protected, even though I've got on my surgery bra. The tapes were obviously keeping shit in place, do you know what I mean? And now they've been taken off, I literally feel like my boobs are just gonna fall off. I've only had my tapes up, my dressings off for half an hour, and I've only walked from the dressing room at the hospital, or in like the clinic, whatever you want to call it, to the car.
haven't done a lot with it, and I'll obviously update you. Oh, I don't know if I should talk about it because I want to cry. Oh, I don't know if I'm ready to talk about it yet. Fine. My surgeon just has no empathy at all. And it's something I've really struggled with throughout this whole process. And I love her for how blunt she is. I just didn't think she would be so blunt and brash the other side and during my surgery. And she's got no bedside manner at all. Oh my god, I'm so hot. I've spoken to members of staff whilst I was in hospital, and they were like, you've picked one of the best surgeons to do what you needed to do. But she's got no bedside manner. And I think for something that's so personal to me, and something I've wanted for so long, I'm really struggling with that now, post-op, because I need that reassurance, I guess. And I'm so happy with the results, and I'm so happy and amazed by what she's achieved, and I love that she is the way she is, but it's just a little bit jarring sometimes. She's telling me to buy G-cup bras. I feel quite conflicted, because she said that she got me like 6 or 7 cups smaller than what I was. But now she's telling me, I was like, what size do you think I am then? After she took the dressings off, and she was like, I was like, are we aiming for like a D? And she was like, E, F, G? Buy a G. And then she was like, what does it matter? And I was like, I know it's just a letter, and I understand that, because my boobs are so much smaller than what they are. But from a girl that's been big her whole life, I wanted to be as small as possible, and I am. She said like she couldn't have gone smaller at the moment. Obviously I could still have correctional surgery in a year's time. But she said she was quite worried about my nipples. She was like, I didn't want to go any smaller because I didn't want the risk of losing your nipple. And my nipples are pink. They're not pink, they're brown. TMI, didn't need to know that. But the colour is great. They're not black. They're fine. Like, I don't think I'm gonna lose them. Fucking hell, I'm hot. So she did what she could do. It's just the delivery of like, well, what does it matter if you're a G? That matters to me. It shouldn't matter, but it does. And that's why I feel a little bit hurt. And it's obviously not the first time that I've felt that way, because of how I felt in hospital. And I haven't filmed what happened in the hospital yet, but I'm going to put it in before this point, so you will know that. So, what's going on outside? Yeah, I don't know. It's just thrown me off guard a little bit. I'm having a meltdown in a shopping car park. Just waiting for my Nando's, and I feel fine, and I'm so happy with. I can't believe my boobs. They're so small, and I don't feel like they've ever looked like how they look. Like they look amazing. I've never had nipples where they are. I've never had nipples so small, apart from when I was like a child. Like, they look fucking incredible, and I'm so impressed and so happy. It's just the delivery of words that just hurt. But again, I'm being honest, I'm just documenting this whole process. So she literally ripped the tapes off, or ripped the dressings off, and I was really scared, and I think it was very psychological. So I've done no research post-op, because I'm alright being naive post-op. I don't need to see the gore. I don't want to see it on myself, let alone on others. I don't do well with it. So I haven't done any research. So underneath your dressings you have tapes. I have like these, they're like see-through tapes. And then my dressings are on top. So she literally just ripped the dressings off. I think when the tapes get changed, if they get changed, I don't know, I think that'll hurt because then it's pulling on the skin, whereas at the moment it was pulling on the tape. I feel like I look 20 stone. I feel hideous. Oh, I feel rank. I feel so ugly right now. What can I do to make myself feel pretty? I don't know. I feel horrible. Oh God, it stings. Oh God, my nose is dripping like a tap. It stings. Does this look any better? No. Fucking wish I could get a face transplant next. Rank. I hate my face. Oh, here comes Neil. You got the goods. I'm just filming an update. Careful with my boob. I might have had a little cry.
Did you?
Yeah.
How was that for you? Wet?
Yeah, very wet. And also very hot. Can I have my camera? I also felt very stupid crying.
In a car park?
In a car park in front of Matalan. As I was saying, she literally just ripped the dressings off. Oh, that food smells 10 out of 10.
10 10.
Oh. I feel quite exposed and vulnerable because obviously the tapes kept everything, no, the dressings kept everything in place. Whereas now that's not there. I've got to go back in 2 weeks today. I can have a shower so I can get them wet, but I've got to have my back facing the shower and let the water drip over. Unscented, like soft body washes, but don't wash them, sort of thing. Like if I'm going to wash my pits, use like baby stuff basically. I don't get physio treatment with Spire. I have to pay for that myself, which is fine. We actually have got a card from someone that we picked something up from, so I'm not allowed to do physio until 6 weeks post-op. So I'll do that when I feel like I can. But she said to get massages because I said about how I've got really bad back pain at the moment, and she said because of how intense the surgery was, I was just saying how fat and ugly I feel on camera.
Why?
I just feel like I look like a toe. I feel like I was really defined, and now I feel like I've just gained so much weight since I've had my surgery. I feel rank. Huh? Did you just tell me to stop eating? Well, that'll go down well, won't it?
Right,
Thanks.
you look beautiful. Is that better?
I want you to tell me that I'm a weapon.
You're not.
What was I saying? Yeah, she said because of how intense the muscle, the cutting out the muscle was, that you tend to want to like hunch in on yourself, which is what I've been doing because I want to protect my chest as opposed to like stand out and stand proud and push them out, which hurts. I think that was all she said. Can't remember much else. What other questions did I ask? Oh yeah, she was questioning as to why I finished my medication yesterday. Bear in mind I was how many days post-op? 5 days post-op. And she was wondering as to why I was on pain meds because my surgeon likes me to be in pain, which is fun. Because I'm now just on paracetamol and ibuprofen. And oh yeah, did I not tell you I can sleep on my sides when it feels comfortable? And I don't have to wear a bra all the time. I can go braless at night, but I think I've been braless at night twice, but now I've got my dressings off and I've just got tapes. I feel like I'm gonna want that support because I don't have that support at the moment. And one of my drain holes on my right side is, yes, I did just check my lefts and rights. is still open, so I've got like a patch on that, and she said that's what's down with my toes. But other than that, that's my update. I'm fine, just a bit overwhelmed. Are you excited to see my new boobs? Like actually see them? See my small nips?
Intrigued to see your nips.
I haven't really looked at my nips because I felt quite queasy. I'd rather you didn't go near them.
See what you're feeling anyway.
Nah, I'm alright for that, thank you.
Twang.
No twanging of the nips. Hi everyone, so I am back today for another update. Today is the 26th of August. And I haven't done an update. I think it's been a week, maybe a week and a half. I've literally just propped my camera on a cushion, so I'm hoping it's okay. I wasn't going to film because I look like this, but I'm in recovery from a breast reduction and I look like this all the time at the moment, so here we are. I had my appointment 2 days ago on the 24th. However, we were very busy the day of the appointment, and then yesterday was Neil's birthday, so today is the first day I'm able to sort of sit down and chat you through it. To be honest, it was a very quick appointment, and it was for my tape change. So I'm obviously not showing you physically in this video like what it looks like, but I'll be putting photos everywhere whilst I'm talking. But I was really scared to have my tapes changed because it's obviously on the skin, whereas like previously my dressings were on the skin but they weren't like on the scars, whereas the tapes are obviously keeping everything like together. And I was really scared for the appointment. And it was fine, don't get me wrong, it was uncomfortable, but it wasn't painful. I didn't come out crying, I wasn't crying in the appointment, like it was fine. Again, I know everyone goes through these sorts of things differently, but for me, in my experience, it was okay. I did have 2 cocodamol before I went. I don't know whether that helped or not, but I just thought, sod it, I'm going to take it just in case. So went in, hopped on the bed, and my surgeon had a look and she said that the swelling has gone down, and she explained to me that I went swollen quite quickly, which is why they stopped at the size of what they did, because they were quite concerned about my nipple. Obviously if it went too swollen then potentially could have lost blood circulation and everything like that. And she said, like I've said, it looked like I had implants because of how swollen I went. And initially I did get a couple of my friends being like, have you had implants as well? And obviously I haven't. The swelling's gone down, so like I said, it looked like I had implants. I still can't get over that this is my strap. But initially I had like the swelling up here, and now it's sort of starting to go south a little bit. Obviously it was all over, whereas now it's not so much the tops, it's more just like around the nipples, the sides and the base. So what I am now is going to be completely different to what I will be in 3-4 weeks time, 2 months time. It will change. But I'm really happy with the size. I do sometimes look at them and I think they are big, but then I look at what I had before and I know they're not big. And I think that's one thing that I have struggled with, is that I know they look amazing and I know my transformation has been amazing, but I do struggle when I do have comments of like, oh well, they do still look big. It's like, I'm not going to go from a double K to an A cup, like that's not physically possible. And I think because I'm not a small girl, like I'm not a size 6 or a size 8, like I've got hips and I've got a waist which I didn't even know that I had. Like I'm a size 12 to 14. So comparing my body and my frame to someone that is smaller than me, say a size 8, my boobs still look big to that person. It's all, don't know what the word is. It's on the tip of my tongue and I don't know what the word is. But either way, is it relative? To me, I think they're perfect because they fit my frame, and my surgeon's really happy with that. So anyway, literally lay down on the table and she like
I think she snipped something, which made me, I felt quite ill while she was snipping things, because she said that she leaves the knots of like where she sewed me up on the outside of the skin. So she snipped something, which was fine, and then she just gradually pulled the tape off. It hurt more on the sides because I've got more sensitivity on the sides, obviously around my nipple and everything. It's still numb, and it felt like I had a local anaesthetic where you could feel pressure and you could feel pulling and you can feel all of that, but it wasn't painful. Like, it hurt on the sides, but it didn't hurt like round the nip, which is what I was really worried about. I remember whilst I was having it done, I got like the bile feeling in my mouth because I was aware as to what was going on, and it wasn't comfortable, but it was over very quickly. I was in and out 10-15 minutes. So I've now got on some steri strips. I'm not in shot, so you can't see it. I'll put a photo on. I've got steri strips. I've got to have those on for 5 days, and then I've got to have 2 days off and have nothing on at all. And then I have got to go on to, I've got to buy it actually on Amazon or the pharmacy. And I've got to go on to something called Coat. Sorry, that's Neil. I've got to go on something, why is my phone on loud actually? I've got to go on something called Coat or Siliderm, something like that. And they are like a, to be honest, I don't know because I don't have it, but from what I've been told, it's like a silicone based gel that you put on over your scars with no tape. You can buy tapes as well, and I don't know, to be honest, I haven't done much research on it. I know that the Siliderm or Coat is to basically flatten your scars, and she said for me to start using a little bit initially, and she also said to don't buy a cheaper alternative, because she's had patients in the past where they've gone out and bought a cheaper alternative, but there's slightly different chemicals or different quantities in them, and then it's made her patients have rashes, and then it's put the healing time like 2 to 3 weeks longer, if that makes sense. So it's quite expensive. I think for like 6 milligrams, it's like, not milligrams, 6 grams, it varies from like £17.99 to like £25, but I'm gonna buy it because I don't want to be told off by my surgeon, and I'm gonna do exactly as she said because she's done a fucking incredible job so far, and I'm not gonna mess it up. So yeah, she was fine. She then said that I've got to wait. I've got an appointment. I had a letter come through today. I've got an appointment on the 19th of September. So I don't know, because my brain doesn't work at the moment, I don't know whether that's 2 or 3 weeks from now. But then when I go back to that appointment, she's going to check my progress and then just go on to bio oil. If I get any like weeping or anything, I've got to bathe it in salt water. And that's about it. I had my histology back for the tissue that got sent away, and that's come back all fine. No problems, it's come back normal, which I'm really glad about, because that's one thing I was really worried about. Breast cancer runs in my family, and because my boobs were so large, I was never able to properly check my boobs. Even though I checked them every single day or every other day, I checked them all the time for lumps. Again, because they were so big, I had so many like little fatty gristle like lumps and everything. To know that it's come back fine, I'm really like, that's a big weight lifted off my shoulders. So that was the appointment, and as for me, I'm all right. I'm not really taking many painkillers at the moment. It's crazy how much I change week on week. I remember when I first came out, I was like, oh my god, I can't imagine like being like this or being like that, and then a week on I am at that point where I can do that stuff. I was very hard on myself the first week because it's a massive adjustment. I am now doing a lot more. I'm pottering around. I've sort of stopped my naps, although my body clock is a little bit off. So something I've really struggled with, and I was going to film a little update, but my SD card was full. I have really struggled not being able to do anything with the children, and I'm feeling a lot of mum guilt at the moment, in the sense of I see all this shit on Instagram of like families enjoying their summer holidays and going to the beach and going to fun parks or just doing simple things with their kids, and I haven't been able to do that, and I feel really shit for it. Like,
just simple things like helping P learn to ride her bike. Like, I can't do it. I can't bend over and hold her bike and be in that posture for a long period of time. Like, we went to soft play the other day with Ellie, and I just, don't get me wrong, I don't like soft play, but I was just like sat on a chair watching and not being able to like get involved. Like, it has been hard, which is one of the reasons why I have stayed away from social media, because it makes me feel bad, even though I shouldn't feel bad, but it makes me feel bad. Really struggling mentally. I think I've spoken a lot to Ellie about it. I have had this, I've wanted this surgery for 10, 12 years, and I've always longed and aspired to be the person that I am now on the other side with smaller boobs. And now I am that person physically. It's a massive change and adjustment. I put on my old clothes and I look at myself in the mirror, and that's not my body. I'm not used to me looking the way that I am. I have hips and a waist, and I've never seen that before because I've always just seen boob. And it's a massive adjustment. I know that once something changes extremely, like my chest, you then focus on other things that you don't like about yourself. For example, for me, it's my stomach. My boobs have always hid my stomach. Now that my boobs aren't there, I hate my gut. Like, I hate it. I don't get me wrong, I know I'm still bloated, and I need to be kind to myself, and I know that, but this is just what's going through my head. I want to be able, and I know it comes with time, and I know when I edit this back, I'll feel silly for saying it, because I know I'll be in a better headspace than what I am now, even though I'm happy, and I wouldn't change it for the world. Like, I wanna be proactive. I wanna go out and I want to run, because I've never been able to run before, and I still can't do that because I'm recovering. And I want to look at myself in the mirror and feel pretty, and I want to look at, like, wear an outfit and think, yeah, you look great today, and I don't feel like that at the moment. And I think it's because I've been in my house the majority of the time, and even though I am seeing friends and family and everyone's saying like, oh my god, you look amazing, blah blah blah, it's just hard. It is hard. And again, it's something that I thought I might struggle with, but I didn't know the extent of it. And I think I've suppressed feelings about myself for a very long time, and now it's all come ahead. Like, I say it all the time, I hate my face. And there's no changing my face. I look back on pictures of myself when I was like a teenager, and I was so confident, and I don't feel like that anymore. And I think the reason why I feel like that is because my boobs have had such a massive impact, and I've just suppressed that for a really long time, and it's all just come out. Like, Neil came home from football the other day and I was just crying in bed, and he was like, what's wrong now? Like, being really joking, sarcastic. I was like, I don't like my tummy. And he was like, you might not like your tummy, but I love it. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, it's just silly. And this is very waffly, so I'm gonna end it here. If I have any updates, I will let you know. It's obviously really hard because I'm not gonna be like, here's my tit on video, but I'm obviously putting pictures up and stuff. But yeah, I am so happy, and the love and the support that I've received on my Instagram and on here has just, I never would have expected it. And I've put on, like I said, I put on some before and after photos today, and so many people said that they didn't realise how big they were, because I hid it very well. And just things like that just make me feel so, is happy and proud the right phrase? I don't know. But you can visibly see how drastic it was and how it is now. And when I've said it from day one of these videos about how much this surgery will change my life, and I think you can visibly see how much it has changed me. I've lost 6 pounds from my chest. That is, this P was £6.8 when she was born. That's the size of a newborn baby just gone off my chest.
1.1, 1.2 kg. Like, that's insane. So yeah, thank you for sticking with me. I don't know when you'll see this. I need to start thinking about making content, but I'm just not ready to do that yet because I don't want to start doing my like videos and then not sticking to my schedule. So I'm only bloody 2.5 weeks post-op, or 3 weeks post-op tomorrow. I just need to be a little bit more kind to myself. But I had my, today is Tuesday the 31st, yesterday's bank holiday Monday. Neil removed my steri strips. I actually, this is grim, had, don't know if you can see that, some stitches that got stuck to the tape. Awful. I'm so glad it was Neil that did that and not my surgeon, because I was in so much pain. I was literally making noises that I would say I made worse noises last night getting that tape taken, or steri strips taken off, than what I did in labour. That was worse than labour. That was absolutely horrific, because he was pulling off scabs. The tape was a lot better, but the steri strips were awful. God, I look so rough because they are so sticky, and then obviously on scarring, that's also previously had sticky stuff on it, and then I've got some of my body has like rejected certain stitches and we obviously didn't know, so I'm ripping the tape off and it pulling. I was like, Neil, that's not right, that really hurts. And he was like, there's a stitch that's stuck in your tape. I was literally like rolling around like this, like I was holding my nose, I was like pushing into my eyes, I was like gripping onto Neil. I will put on photos of what they look like. I'm really happy with certain aspects of them. There are some that I'm not too happy with. I don't know, like I've said, I've gone into the aftercare of it quite naively because I just don't do well with gore, and what someone's journey will be post-op compared to mine will be completely different, and I just didn't want to, and I still haven't got fixated on, well, they look like this and mine don't look like that, so mine's gone wrong. Like, I just didn't want to be in that headspace. So on either end where they did the lipo is really fucking sore. On my right side was where the stitch was, so that's really tender because obviously it got pulled and rubbed and things like that. I think he's popped a steri strip over that because it was like just really sore. And then on this side, my left side, I've got an opening which was there previously and it's not closing. So I'm a little bit worried about that. I think I might send an email today just to be like, is this okay? What do you recommend me do? Like, I don't know whether to air it and let air get to it to help it heal, or whether I do need steri strips on it, but it's so delicate. I'm finding that, I don't know if you can tell, like I'm raising my arm just a little bit so it's not resting on it, because it's literally, it's just really sore. I can't explain where it is, but it's right on my side boob, and it's a part where I'm constantly hitting it, and it's really sore. Really sore. It's a different type of pain than what I've experienced before. It feels like a, sorry if you can hear that Ruse plucking at a bed underneath the bed, don't ask. Rue! She's getting comfy for her morning nap. What was I saying? Yeah, it hurts, it feels tender, it feels red raw, and it is red raw. Yeah, all in all, like they look so good, like round the nipple and everything. Like, I thought it would be really horrific, and it's not. A lot of it was like just dried blood on the tapes and stuff, and like my nipples look amazing. Like, they're so small compared to what I'm used to. It's amazing. And the incisions at like the T-junction, so obviously it goes round the nipple, down, and then you've got the smile. The ends of the smile for me are a little bit just not great. Like on my right side it's red raw, and I've got like a little bit of, I don't know the terminology, is it ruching, where like, say you've got two ends of where they've sliced me in the middle,
they've got the ends and then they've sewn it so tight it's like puckered. So I think that's going to keloid. To be honest, I don't really mind that much because who's going to see it apart from me and Neil? We'll just have to wait and see. So that's my little update. Today is my first day solo. Neil was back at work yesterday, but because it was a bank holiday, it's very quiet and he only had 2 jobs on because he covered the on-call shift. So he didn't have a job until like 4 o'clock, and then he got one when the children were ready for bed, so it wasn't that bad at all. Today I'm doing like 7 till probably 5 or 6. And I'm going to be like that for the rest of the week, which is fine. I have got plans booked for today just to sort of ease me into it. It's a lot at the moment, I'm not going to lie. I've only got a minute left on my SD card. The children are intense and obviously I'm still quite fragile. I found, like yesterday, I hoovered for the first time in 3 weeks and it was fine, but I noticed that my arms started to hurt like around here because obviously the movement and stuff. So normally I can whip round and do the whole house in 10 minutes, whereas now like I can do the hardwood floors in one stage and then I'll come back and I'll do the carpets at another time. I'm doing the washing up, I can shower on my own, I can change Florence and her nappy and everything. I'm still not picking her up and giving her a cuddle. If she needs me, I'd kneel down to her height and like rest her against, like I stick my bum out and stick my chest as far as I can go and I like nestle her here. And I literally just, when it comes to putting her in her cot, I literally just lift her under her arms and plonk her in, and then the same when it comes out, like I'm not holding her for a long period of time. So I'm getting there. I'm really proud as to how far I've come. Week on week I've progressed so much. But yeah, I'm now going to go. I'm going to do some chores. I've got friends coming over this morning. Then we're going to have lunch and then we'll go to the library. It's just trying to keep them occupied because the age gap at the moment is really hard. I've got 4.5 years between, is it 4? It's 4 years, 4 months I think. So Florence is 1.5 and P's almost 6. And it's the constant bickering and fighting, and Florence wants to get involved in what P's doing, but she doesn't understand to be like cautious, and she just snatches things because she doesn't understand, and then P gets upset and snatches it back, and then Florence then screams, and I'm like, fucking hell, like it's a lot. And I couldn't have done these 3 weeks without Neil and my family and friends and everything. Like the support we've had has been amazing. So I'm just praying that they're good for me for the next couple of days. It'll be easier when P's back at school. Hi, so if you've made it to the end of this video, I applaud you. 2 hours. 2 hours long. I hope you enjoyed it. I was going to split it up, and then I just thought, no, this is my entire experience in one video. So I'm hoping that you've watched a little bit, gone away, come back, and here we are. Today is currently the 12th of October, and I am 2 months post-op, which is insane. I can't believe it. I would say I'm now back to 80–90% back to normal. That was hard editing that video, as you can imagine, but also like just watching it back and seeing my struggles, and being so harsh about myself. But looking back, I did actually struggle quite a lot mentally. I'm still not in a great place in regards to inner demons, but I'm getting there. My life changed on the 6th of August. Within that 4.5 hour operation, my life literally changed. And I can't believe I struggled and suffered for so many years with my chest. And I can't believe that I was rejected twice on the NHS. And I've heard recently that
I don't know if it's accurate, I don't know, obviously I haven't looked into it, but I've got a feeling that I read and heard that the NHS has now lowered the BMI to be 25 to be able to have like a consultation to see whether you are eligible on the NHS for a breast reduction, which is so low, it's crazy. And I'm so appreciative that if it weren't for the generosity of my viewers, which I've said previously in all my videos, I wouldn't have had my life changed. And I feel so light and I feel so free and I feel so fortunate to have had this surgery done. It's changed everything, and it's the best thing that has ever happened to me aside from marriage and children. They're still swollen, they're still a bit sore, they're swollen sort of round at the base now, they look a bit base heavy, and I know that they'll change again in like 6 months time or even 2 months time. I am on bio oil now. I had an appointment with my surgeon, I think it was the 18th, 19th of September, and I didn't film an update because I literally was told, yep, fine, onto bio oil, see you in December. So yeah, I am pretty much done when it comes to recovery. My scars are doing really, really well, and I'm on bio oil every night. I'm not cleared to do upper body workouts yet. I don't think I'll get cleared until I see her in December. I think, I can't remember, but I'm cleared to do lower body. I don't feel comfortable to run yet, and that's something that I really want to do, is to run, and I'm not cleared to do that. I think because of the impact, it's just not advisable yet, and that's fine. I can wait for that. I mean, I'm not ready to run anyway because I'm so unfit, but I want to try. But it's just given me a new lease of life. Like, I went for a bike ride last week. I don't do that stuff because I haven't really been able to, because of my aches and my pains and my posture and everything. Like, it just caused me so much pain to do that, and it's just like, I feel light, I feel free. Like, half a stone came off the scales, like quite literally came off the scales, and it's just, what more can I say? I've already said enough in this video. So I don't know what my final size is because I haven't gone bra shopping yet. I'm not ready to. I'm still in the soft bras. This one is from Sainsbury's. I really like it. It's got the zip. And this is what I look like from the side. So they are still big. And again, that's something that I have been struggling with, but I'm not a small girl. I've said it in the video, and my boobs suit my frame. And even if I didn't have a breast reduction and I had smaller boobs, they wouldn't be where they are, because obviously they're perky. Like, they sit where boobs should sit, but with gravity and everything they obviously go south. I don't know, but if it weren't for my surgery, they wouldn't be where they are, and I wouldn't be where I am. And it's just, what a journey. I honestly, I've had a breast reduction this year, like something I've wanted for over 10 years, and I've had it done. I still can't believe it. I don't think I'll ever get my head around the fact that I've had a breast reduction. So I'm gonna end this video here. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm so sorry it's so long, but I didn't see the point on cutting it up. If you're interested in a breast reduction video, you're gonna watch it. I am gonna do a Q&A in a couple of weeks. A normal one and then a breast reduction one. So if you have any questions, keep them, and I'll put a little thing on my community page and you can leave some questions there. But yeah, I'm back at work. I'm back at 2 jobs. I'm back picking up my children and being active, and mental health isn't great, but I feel great. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for all the love and the support and just everything. I have been going through a really difficult time at the moment. My mum got admitted into intensive care a couple of weeks ago with her COPD, and she almost died, and it's been really hard getting on my 2 feet, doing recovery. Being mum to 2 with the age gap is really hard at the moment. I can't even sit here and lie and say it's easy, because it's not. Florence went through a stage of not sleeping. She's now going through a stage of not eating. She's back in our bedroom. PE and school is intense. It's her birthday in less than a month now, and life is just chaotic. It's really hard. And again, I want to say I'm so sorry that I've been away from YouTube for as long as I have. It wasn't my thought. I didn't think I'd be away for as long as I have. I literally just have no time at the moment to breathe, let alone plan content, film it, edit it, schedule it. Like, I don't have time. I said Florence hasn't been going to bed until like 8-9 o'clock at night, and then she's waking up 3 times in the night. I literally have no time, and I've been so stressed. So I'm hoping to get on some sort of schedule very soon. I'm now planning content for the winter month, so bear with me. Thank you so much for changing my life and for all the love and support and just everything. I wouldn't be where I am now if it weren't for all of you, and I hope you see in this video how much it means and how much you've changed my life. I'm gonna go because I'm making this video even longer, but thank you once again, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.